my miscellaneous march. We're going to be doing yoga for arm strength today. Go ahead and grab your blocks if you have them. If you don't have a block, go ahead and grab a pillow. And you can fold the pillow in half. We're going to sit back on the pillow or block. Sitting back on the heels, feet are flat. So knees are a little bit spread apart because we have the pillow and or block that we're sitting on. But if we didn't have either, we would be sitting with our knees together, sitting back on our heels. So the block is just to relieve tension in the knees and the heels. Let's sit up nice and tall, shoulders down, like we're sitting up against a wall. Close your eyes for a moment. We're going to take a couple breaths just to become present on our mat. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. And completely exhale. Deep breath in. Completely emptying out the lungs. One more deep breath in. And completely empty out in your exhale. Let's go ahead and bring the right arm out, keeping both sits bones on the block or the pillow. We're going to reach that left arm over the left ear, getting a nice side stretch. You can begin to open your chest, looking up towards the sky. Take a breath. And coming back up through center, bring that left hand out. Again, keeping both sits bones on the pillow or the block. Reaching that right arm over right ear, opening up that chest, looking up towards the sky. Take a breath. And coming back up through center, we're going to interlace our hands behind our back. So just interlacing our hands, rolling through those shoulders. So just roll through the shoulders, opening up that chest. And then try to reach the hands towards the mat. If you feel any pinching, any uncomfort, just please don't go any further. We're just opening the chest, very small back bend here. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release, coming back up. Release those hands. Let's bring the hands in front. We're going to place the backs of our hands on the mat. And then straighten out the arms. So we're just stretching through the forearms and the wrists. Take a breath. This time we're going to turn our hands around to face our body and place them flat on the mat. Stretching through the backs of the arms this time. Take a breath. And sit back up straight. Let's do a couple shoulder rolls just to warm up the upper body. And reverse those shoulders. Bring the right arm out. Left hand slides down. Bring it in towards the chest. Take a breath. And left arm comes out. We're going to slide that right hand down, bring it in towards the chest. Take a breath. Bringing the right hand to your upper back, left hand to meet it. So your fingertips may touch, they may not. Either way, we don't want to fold in. We want to keep that chest nice and open. Widening those elbows out. And take a breath. And let's take it to the other side. So that this time, left hand comes to the upper back. Right hand comes under to meet it. Again, your fingertips might touch, they might not. Don't worry if they don't. So we're gonna, again, we're not scrunching here. We're opening the elbows in the chest. Take a breath and release. And And lastly, we're gonna bring our arms out to the side to a T. We're gonna bring our right arm under and left arm over. So now we're making an X with our arms. We're gonna then see if we can touch our palms. So let me do that again. We have an X, right arm is under. I'm gonna bend my arms. Maybe you can only come to this place where the backs of your hands touch, and then you lift your elbows, or maybe you can bring your palms together. If not, you can wrap your hand around that thumb. And we're gonna lift the elbows, just to get a nice stretch through the arms. Take a breath. And unravel. Bring those arms out to a T again. This time left arm comes under, right arm comes over. We bend the arms. And then see if you can bring the palms together. If that's too much, just bring the backs of the hands together. Or maybe just grab a hold of that thumb and then lift the elbows. Take a breath. And slowly release. All right, go ahead and remove the block or the pillow, put it over to the side. We're gonna come into tabletop. I want you to sit back on your heels like we just were, but this time our knees are together. Bring your hands in front. Really widen those fingers. We're gonna take a deep breath in. And I'm gonna lift onto the tops of my feet and lower. So you're getting a nice stretch through the front of the leg, the feet, maybe even the ankles. Let's do it again. Deep breath in, lift, really igniting the core as well. Exhale and lower. Let's do it one more time. Deep breath in and lift. Exhaling and lower it down. Coming back to our tabletop. Knees come under hips, hands under shoulders. Widen those fingers as much as you can. Lifting the belly button up towards the spine. Nice flat back. We're gonna curl our toes and we're gonna lift into a hovering table. So my knees are about an inch off of the mat. I'm gonna take a deep breath in and then I'm going to see if I can bring my right hand behind. Exhaling. Left hand. So we're breathing in. Lift. Lift as you exhale. One more on both sides. So we're breathing in and exhale to lift. Breathing in, exhale, lower down. Coming into a wide-legged child's pose. Knees come as wide as your mat. Big toes touch. Sitting back on the heels, melting the chest towards the mat. And forehead comes down to the mat. Take a breath. One more breath. Slowly roll through that upper back, coming back to your tabletop. And coming in to a high plank. Checking out our stance here, making sure our fingers are nice and wide, hollowing through the upper back, igniting the core, pushing back through the heels, nice long line from the top of the head to the heels. Let's widen our stance just a bit, more than we normally would, because we're going to take a deep breath in, exhale, lift the right arm, lower, deep breath in, lift the left arm, exhale. exhaling and lower. I wanted to say arm and lower at the same time. Deep breath in. Lift the right arm as you exhale. Lower. Breathing in. Exhaling. One more on both sides. Let's come back. Knees come together this time. Sit back in your child's pose. Forehead comes to the mat. Take a breath. One more breath. And let's slowly roll through, coming into our first downward dog. Pedal those feet out as you breathe, sending oxygen to those muscles, stretching through the backs of the legs. Tailbone tucks up towards the sky. We're going to take a deep breath in. And exhale, slowly begin to walk your hands back towards your feet, and you can bend your knees. Your knees do not need to be straight here. As a matter of fact, I prefer you to bend the knees a little bit. Coming into your forward fold, slowly begin to roll up, deep breath in, arms overhead, exhale, swan dive it right back down, and begin to walk those hands out to a plank. Once you're in that plank, you're going to tap your shoulders 3 times on each side. And then begin to start all over again. Walk those hands back up, coming into your forward fold. Slowly rising up. Arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive it down. Walking those hands, make sure you're breathing. And shoulder taps. And walk it back. Breathing. Walking it. Feel free to go at your own pace here. Coming back to your downward dog. Pedal those feet. Breathing. On your next breath in, we're going to bring the right leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Coming back to 3-legged dog, breathe in. Exhale, twist it over, right knee to left elbow. Coming back through, 3-legged dog. And exhale, we're going to step it wide. Dropping down on our back knee. Coming into lizard pose. Forearms come to the mat. If that's too much, please feel free to stay up on your hands. Feeling that the hips opening up. Hip flexor opening up. You can also use that right hand to push out on that front foot, bringing it to the outside edge of that foot. Only if it feels comfortable. If you're feeling any strain, please back out of it. And when I mean back out, like maybe come back up to your arms, Maybe your back leg is too far, so inch it forward. You don't want to feel any strain. Everyone, let's pop back up to our hands. Curl the back toes, and we're going to slide that leg right back to our plank. We're going to turn to the outside of the left foot, inside of the right foot, and open up to a side plank. Take a breath. Coming back to our high plank, turning to the outside of the right foot, inside of the left foot, opening up side plank. Make sure those hips are nice and lifted. Take a breath. Coming back through center. Roll to the other side now. Breathing. Coming back through center one more time. Roll to the other side. Open up. Take a breath. And come back through center. Knees come down. Come back to your wide-legged child's pose. Sit back on those heels. Melt the chest. And take a breath. Maybe do a couple wrist circles while you're here. I know being on your wrist so much can hurt, can be painful. You want to take good care of those wrists. And take one more breath. And let's slowly roll up, coming into a tabletop. And then your downward dog. Pedal it out. Breathing. On your next breath in, left leg comes high, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Breathing in, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, twist over to right elbow. Breathing in, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it wide. Foot is partially off the mat, and it's turned out just a bit. We're going to lower that knee, flatten that foot, coming into lizard variation. We can bring those forearms down for an added stretch, or you can stay up on your hands, depending on where you are in your practice. You can also utilize that left arm pushing out on that left leg, coming onto the outside of that foot for an added stretch. Wherever you are, take one more breath. Let's pop back up onto our hands, curl the back toes, slide that leg back to a plank, drop those knees down. Let's come onto our forearms. Lift up into a forearm plank. Make sure the elbows are under the shoulders. And let's hold it for 3 breaths. Drop the knees down, lift the heels, towards the glutes. Come up onto your hands. We're going to do some chaturanga push-ups. These are modified chaturanga push-ups because we're on our knees. So we're going to lift that belly button towards the spine. Bring it in towards the spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, keeping the elbows in at your side. Come down and lift up. So breathing. See if you can do 5. If not, just do what you can. But I promise you, breathing helps so much. Let's go ahead and come into downward dog. Pedal those feet. Take a breath. We're going to twist And grab our right calf with our left arm, peeking under that armpit. Take a breath. And coming to the other side. Grabbing the left calf with our right arm, looking under that armpit. Take a breath. And bring that arm right back. Let's slowly roll through those feet and walk towards the front of our mat. Coming into forward fold, activating those quads, tightening the core by lifting the belly button, letting the upper body hang heavy, tailbone reaches towards the sky, bringing the weight to the balls of our feet. Take a breath. One more breath. And slowly begin to rise. Reaching those arms overhead. Coming into steeple grip. So interlace all the fingers except pointer fingers reach the sky. As we like to call. Pew, pew, pew. I have to do that every time now. I have to. All right. Let's lift the belly button. Again, lift it in and up. Breathing in. Exhaling over to the right. Bringing those hips out to the left. Keeping that chest open. Coming back through, utilizing that core. Deep breath in. And exhale over to the left, bringing those hips to the right, keeping the chest open. And coming back through center, hands to heart. We're going to do some balance poses, plural. Fix your pants, pick your wedgies, get comfortable. Let's bring that all 5 toes on the left foot up, and then we're going to lower them down one at a time. Bringing the weight to that left leg. We're going to bend the right and grab that ankle. Just stretching through that quad. If you want, you can grab behind with both hands, opening the chest. Wherever you are, just make sure you're breathing. And then we're going to release with the opposite hand. We're going to bring the right hand around to the inside of that foot. Find our gaze, a few feet in front. Never leave that space. Keep your eyes locked on that space. We're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly begin to come forward, kicking that leg up towards the sky. Oh, that was my shoulder. Take a breath. Bringing that left arm in front to counterbalance. You can have a small micro bend in that left leg. And slowly release. Shake it out. Yeah, sometimes my shoulders pop like super loud and it's like crazy. Like I'll be at my yoga class and like I'll go and put my arm like overhead and it's like pop, like so loud. I'm like, sorry. I was like, it wasn't me. It was them. At least it wasn't a fart. I haven't done that yet in a public class. But there's been 2 occasions where 2 people have in 2 separate classes, and it happened to be people like right near me, and I'm like, great. You know people think it's me because they're right there. And then I'm all awkward, and I'm like, feeling like awkward, and I'm like, why are you feeling awkward? You didn't even do it. All right, let me stop. Lift all 5 toes on the right foot, place them down one at a time. Start to bring the weight to that right leg. Let's bend that left leg and bring it behind, stretching through that quad. You can grab with the opposite hand, opening the chest. Breathing. Trying to keep the knees in line with one another. Now is the time to find your focal point, keeping your eyes locked on your focal point. And let's slowly release with the opposite hand. Bring the left hand around to the inside of that foot. Take a deep breath in. And exhale forward, kicking that foot into your hand, using that right arm for counterbalance. And breathe. You can also use a wall or the back of a chair in any balance pose that we do. Come on out of it, shake it out. So don't ever feel like you have to try to wobble your way into a balance pose. I'd rather you guys hold on to a wall and build up that strength and balance before you try just doing it blindly, you know? All right, let's take a deep breath in, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive it down. Forward fold, small bend in those knees. Go ahead and bring your belly to your thighs. We're going to interlace the hands behind our back, reaching those hands up towards the sky and let them fall forward. Just getting a nice stretch through the arms, shoulders, and upper back. Take a breath. One more breath. And gently release, bringing fingertips to the mat. Bringing both legs back into a plank. Coming back to a high plank. Heels pushing back. Igniting the core by tucking the pelvis ever so slightly. Hands are nice and wide. We're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, tap to the right. Breathing in. Tap to the left. Begin to marry the breath without losing the integrity of the plank. Knees come down. We're going to come right into puppy pose. So slowly begin to bring your forearms to the mat as you melt your chest and chin to the mat as well. Butt reaches right up to the sky. You can also bring your forehead to the mat. Breathing. And slowly begin to gently walk yourself back up. This time we're going to bring elbows down. You can interlace your fingers. Elbows come under your shoulders. We're going to come into dolphin pose. So curl your toes under. Lift your hips towards the sky. See if you can walk your feet in. Don't worry about your heels touching the ground. This is basically a downward dog, but on our forearms. Take a breath. One more breath. One more. And slowly drop those knees down. Let's swing those legs around. Let's bring those feet out in front. Hands come behind us, fingertips facing our glutes. Roll those shoulders open. Really widen those fingers. We're going to take a deep breath in and come right into a reverse plank. Lifting those hips, and you can also, oh, I'm sliding. I need to come onto my mat. My feet are sliding on my rug. You can also keep your neck in line with your spine. You don't have to bring your neck all the way back. Breathe. And lower. Let's do it one more time. Roll those shoulders back, opening through the chest. Take a deep breath in. And rise. As you exhale. Coming back down. Let's go ahead and do some core work. We've kind of been doing some core work with all the planks and things. It's just the territory. When you do a lot of the arm work, you're doing core work too. So we're killing two birds with one stone. Slowly lay back. Lifting the knees, keeping them in line with your hips. Hands can be down by your side. Breathing in, exhaling, just slightly touch the toes to the floor and bring them back up. So it's a very slow, controlled movement. And we're not lifting the legs higher than the hips, so keep them right at hip level and bring them down. Breathing. This time we're going to do opposites. This is really good for the lower abs, especially if you had a C-section. It was really hard for me to build up those muscles in that part of my core. I never thought I would have muscles down there again, but I do, so. Go ahead and hug those knees in. Give yourself a little back massage if you'd like, by just drawing little circles with the knees. Nothing big, because when you go too big, that's really not safe for your spine. So keep it small. I don't like to do big circles. Because, like I said, you're like all over the place. Your spine's all over the place. All right, bringing the knees back out. Lifting the upper back off of the mat. Bring hands just over your ears. We're going to take a deep breath in, knee to elbow, bring it out, knee to elbow, bring it out. Make sure you're breathing. And make sure you're doing a nice crunch too when you bring knee to elbow, because that's part of the core work here. Hug those knees in. Good morning stretch. Arms overhead. So somebody's pulling you from your hands and somebody's pulling you from your feet. Give yourself a nice good stretch. Perfect. Bring your feet close to your glutes. Bring your hips over about 2 inches. Drop both knees down. Bring the left arm out. Look over to the left hand. You can also stretch out the top leg if you'd like. And breathe. And bring it in. Coming back up through center. Center your body on the mat, and we're gonna bring the hips over about 2 inches to the right and drop the knees down over to the left. Bringing that right arm out, we look over towards that hand. You can stay here, or you can straighten out the top leg. And breathe. And coming back through. Bring the left leg down. Hug the right knee in. Straighten that leg. Flex that foot towards the sky. We're going to walk up that leg, holding on towards the ankle or the shin. Knee to nose, lifting the upper back off of the mat. Breathing. And slowly hug that knee in. Straighten it out. Left knee comes in, give it a hug. Straighten that leg, flex the foot towards the sky. Upper back lifts, and we walk up that leg, interlacing the fingers, bringing knee to nose, keeping the right leg on the mat, and breathe. And slowly lower down, hug that knee in. And let's come right into our corpse pose. Let's get nice and comfortable. So release any tension you have. Just sink into the mat, melting your body. Just allow your body to be heavy on the mat. Release any tension, like if you're holding your glutes, release them. If you're clenching your jaw, release that. Just be aware of where your body holds on to tension and stress, and try to let go. Close your eyes, and I just want you to lay here just breathing nice and controlled, slow breaths, trying to drown out the noises around you and just be present and surrender just for a few seconds. Start by taking a deep breath in and exhale. Continue breathing on your own. Everybody wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, bring the right arm overhead, left foot comes to the mat, bending that knee, slowly begin to turn over to the right side, left hand can catch you, coming into a fetal position, bending both knees, using that right arm as a pillow. Close your eyes just for a moment. And just be grateful for your body, for this movement, for waking up today. It's such a blessing to be able to move our bodies in such a beautiful way. They're so strong, and they show up for us every day, day in and day out. And we take them for granted a lot. This is a way of giving back to your body All right, let's slowly begin to rise. Coming into a nice, comfortable seat. You can sit up on your pillow or your block that you had from the beginning. And we're going to finish out with 2 ohms. Before I do that, I do want to say tomorrow I will be uploading either late in the day. I have tons of other videos in the miscellaneous March playlist on my YouTube. So if you want something earlier in the day tomorrow, go ahead and look through. There's probably like 8 videos so far. And then, you know, I have all my other series. So I have like over 150, 175 videos on my YouTube. So yeah, I have to do floor time at my office tomorrow morning from 9 to 1. So I won't get home until late in the afternoon. So just wanted to let y'all know if you want to do something early on, to do another video in this series or one of my other series. Anywho, let's go ahead and, oh, we have to do ohms. You can bring your hands to your lap or your legs, whatever's comfortable. Go ahead and close your eyes. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Shoulders down, away from your ears. We're going to take a deep breath in. Deep breath in. Go ahead and slowly open your eyes. Give yourself a smile. Hands come to heart. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me today. It was an honor, as it always is. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you get nice, strong arms from it. If you continue on the path of yoga, you will eventually have muscles. I haven't done any other form of exercise. This is solely from yoga. That's it. Anyway, have a great rest of your day. I hope to see you tomorrow. I don't know what video I'll be uploading for tomorrow yet, but it will be later on in the day. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. See you tomorrow.